they obviously explained why they couldn't reveal very much information, hardly any information, which is because he has to be served with this warrant in Idaho. And if he fights extradition, we could have 30 more days before not knowing exactly what led them to this suspect. I just have to echo something that Brian was talking about. It does appear to be, this car, and they're advertising, they're going to the public saying, has anybody seen this white Elantra? Report it, tell us if you've seen the white Elantra. That appears to be a crucial sort of turning point in this investigation. And obviously they found a white Elantra. But think about it. Somebody in that apartment complex in Pullman, Washington, neighbors of the suspect, knew he had a white Elantra. I'm sure people in the community called in and said, this guy, and that maybe started the investigation and started the focus on him. They clearly have evidence. You do not charge somebody with 4 first-degree murder accounts without some sort of evidence. So clearly they've got some evidence. They just can't release it right now. But my goodness, my heart goes out to the families and what they've been through and how relieved they must feel as they start this celebration of life in less than an hour for their loved ones. To know that there's finally been an arrest, finally been a break in this case has got to be absolutely huge for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Does it surprise you? I mean, obviously, we know investigators have been working behind the scenes. There's been stuff happening, even if we don't know what that is. But at the same time, we know Kohberger made it all the way across the country. He's, been on the run essentially for nearly 7 weeks. Does that surprise you? How was he able? This is a 28-year-old. How was he able to do this?
Well, first of all, he's a criminal justice student. He studies crime in school, so he's not, going to be. He's not a novice who hasn't studied this in some respect. So we know that just from his study, his studies at that school. He's a young man. There have been other killers his age and younger who have committed horrific crimes in cold blood. We don't know yet anything about why he, if he's guilty of these crimes. And that does remain to be seen. He's only been arrested. He has not yet been convicted. We don't know yet any of the evidence implicating him. But, what's the connection between him and these 4 victims? There have been reports that he was following the 3 females, the 3 young women on Instagram in some cases, which is not uncommon. My son goes to college in a big city where there are lots of schools very close by, and kids meet each other, invite each other to parties who don't know each other. They all follow each other through Instagram and can share locations. And, oh, this person is just a few blocks away from me. We know that he was a 2-minute drive away from the campus and the crime scene. So he might not have known these young girls, but he might have fixated on them. We don't know yet what the answers are to how he came to that house that night, if in fact he is the killer. And hopefully police will provide that. The FBI, who's obviously been working very hard along with state police and all these weeks behind the scenes, will be able to share some of that evidence as the warrant is opened once he finally gets back to Idaho, and we'll find out more. I will say it's not surprising they haven't found the murder weapon. If in fact he's guilty of this crime, this young man drove all the way across the country in the white Elantra. I'm assuming, at some point in the last couple of weeks, anywhere along the way, he could have tossed a knife out the window, or buried a knife, or gotten rid of the knife in some way. That is an easy thing to do when you're driving across the country through the great open stretches of land, especially in the Northwest. Gorgeous territory out there, but lots of wide open space where you could get rid of a knife.
Absolutely. Elizabeth, you said something that stood out to me. You have a son that goes to college. Do you think that this arrest, will bring some closure, will bring some confidence back, not only to the students who attend, but also to the parents who, are sending their kids to campus?
Listen, this is a trauma, and I think we can't underestimate this. I've written a lot. I do a lot of work in a nonprofit right now about mental health and trauma. And, even for students at this school, parents of those students at this school who, were not victims of this horrific crime, this has been a trauma. It will take a while to feel safe. Sometimes people who've gone through something like this will struggle with this for decades of their lives yet to come.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.